Another quality of good leadership is recognizing that to be successful and lead effectively, you must understand the personality traits of the people that you lead. In addition, you have to model those traits that you want to see in your people. Colonel Chris Hadfield, an astronaut, became the very first Canadian to command the International Space Station, summed up this philosophy simply and eloquently. And I love this term. Aim to be a zero. In his autobiography, An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth, What Going to Space Taught Me About Ingenuity, Determination, and Being Prepared for Anything, he spoke of this philosophy on staying humble but exceptionally competent. What does it mean to be a zero? As Colonel Hadfield explains, to be a zero, you have to understand what constitutes a +1 and a -1. Colonel Hadfield had a degree in mechanical engineering. He was an astronaut, so he's obviously quite brilliant. He broke down human personality types as they pertain to team dynamics by classifying them as 0, +1, or -1. The -1s are infamous. The people who don't pull their own weight, who show up late, who always have an excuse for why things don't get done. They are never responsible for their own failures, and they struggle to make decisions. They induce negative drag on a team. Most of us can't stand these kind of people. They can suck out your will to live if you let them and take up inordinate amounts of your time to keep them on task. We all know some -1s. This brings us to the +1s. How can you tell when someone is a +1? Don't worry, they'll tell you. These people who always raise their hands first and look around to make sure everyone else saw their hands go up first, these are the +1s. They want to make sure they get the credit and proudly boast at any given opportunity. These people may be gifted and intelligent, but they rub everyone the wrong way, and consequently, people don't want them on their team. You always know who these people are. I can still see the faces of some of these +1s from my college and medical school days, the endless questions that at no point except you illustrate to everyone how smart they were. Now this brings us to the 0. This is my favorite. The 0 is competent and professional. They don't need to dance around showing everyone how smart they are. If you give them a task, the 0 may ask a few questions for direction, but they will be direct and meaningful. The 0 is the humble professional and can come in a wide variety of personality types. They may be quiet outwardly, but they are an absolute assassin when it comes to conquering challenges. The only motivation they might need, questioning their ability, tell them they can't accomplish something and then watch them work. I absolutely love it when people tell me something is impossible. I feed on that. Nothing brings out the best of Americans as a people like a great challenge will. They might secretly be a +1 with intellect and proficiency, and they rise to become great teammates and value-added contributors. I'm sure this is what Billy Corgan shot for when he trademarked those famous Smashing Pumpkin shirts, the sharp black ones with the white contrasting 0 and a star. The star was to illustrate how great they were of a team player, I'm quite sure. If you're a rock star, you don't have to tell everybody. They will already know. Like the Fonz, author Fonzarelli, there's a few people out here who know who that is, right? The Fonz, the fictional king of cool from the 1970s sitcom Happy Days. Everybody knew the Fonz was cool when he walked into a room. He never had to say a thing.